will be your host. Today is Wednesday, January 17th, exactly a month after my birthday. So only, 11 more months to my birthday? You have me here in Rockville at my apartment where I live with my husband and our Warrior Canine Connection puppy. And they will be home in like 2 hours, so I am dyeing yarn and I am hopefully filming this bit of podcast so that, you know, everything goes okay. Today I am drinking out of a new mug. This mug has stocking stitch on it, and I don't know if you can see. Let's see. I do this without spilling it on anything. On the inside it has the words, and it says first row knit, second row purl, which I just think is so sweet. And this is in, so it's a new mug by Debbie Bliss. It's the home collection, and we got it at Fiberspace in Alexandria, which was really, really, really beautiful. So, I'm drinking coffee from Starbucks with some sugar-free mocha thrown in, and it is delicious. I was out at the Apple store earlier today, so I was able to pop into a Starbucks and get some food and such. So yeah, let's get down to it. If you are a new viewer, welcome. We're so happy that you decided to join. And if you are a returning viewer, hi, hello. I'm so glad that you came back, and it's good to have you here. All of you, welcome to the crazy. This is just the way it is. So, let's see. If you want to find me, I am on Instagram, Ravelry. We have a Ravelry group of Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits podcast. I'm Bad Wolf Girl Knits on Ravelry. I'm Bad Wolf Girl Sits and Knits on Instagram. I'm also Bad Wolf Girl Gets Fit for my fitness Instagram. And yeah, so lots of places for you to catch up with me and see what I'm doing. I'm also on Etsy now with Bad Wolf Girl Studios. I dye my own yarn and I sell stitch markers through there, and usually you see the yarn here on the podcast first, so you're in a good spot. Right now we have a cal going, a knit-along. It is the Weasley Cal, so if you look up hashtag Weasley Cal on Instagram, you will see tons of posts that people have been doing to show their Weasley projects. Now this is anything based on the Weasley family, so it could be a theme-inspired yarn, it could be a pattern like Hermione's Everyday Socks or the Weasley Homestead Socks, anything like that. I am also hosting this with Jilly of the Knitting Broomstick. There will be prizes for FOs in her thread for her podcast group, and I have the chatter thread because I'm a chatterbox. So I've been popping in and liking, loving, interesting, funny, doing all the little dots and stuff on all of your posts that you've been doing. I am enjoying so much seeing the other posts that you have, so please keep it coming. We are having so much fun doing this. I am on my third pair of socks. I live in an apartment complex, and the child across the way is apparently not pleased. Sorry. Our next knit-along is going to be starting February 1st, and that is with Stitching Plaza on Etsy and Crazy Sock Lady podcast, which is Georgianne and Kay. They are wonderful, wonderful women, and I'm so excited to be working with them. Kay will be hosting the chatter thread in her group, and I will be having the FO thread in that case. And this is a timey-wimey cow, so anything related to Doctor Who. If you've been thinking of doing some police box socks or anything like that, please feel free to get involved. We are having so much fun already. Also, there will be some coupon codes. I know Pearl and Plum Studio is offering a code, and oh, for the Weasley Cal, we have a code from the Stitching Plaza, which is really exciting. And yeah, so if you would like to donate a prize, please get in touch with me or Jilly for the Weasley Cal. And if you would like to donate a prize for the Timey-Wimey Cal, get in touch with me or Kay of Stitching Plaza, and we will make sure that that gets to the right spot. So yeah, those are our knit-alongs. If you want to participate, please check them out. Now, we don't have any Mr. Postman this week, so let's go right into FOs. of which I have a few. I have had so much fun working on my finished stuff this week. I've had a ball. So I'm gonna go with oldest first. As you know, these were mostly done, and it just took me forever to actually get them done. So these are Christmas socks. This is Heritage Prints. Kind of reminds me of like a peppermint colorway. And then it has Potions of Knit Picks for the heels, toes, and cuffs in the glimmer or sparkle or whatever stellina kind of base they have. I think it's called a glimmer. They were a nudge once I decided that I was done with them mentally. They were a nudge to finish, but I sat there one night and I got the entire cuff done, and it was worth it. It was worth it. All the puppy hair and everything was worth it. And I'm actually going to gift these to my friend on the 28th as a gift. As a gift. I was going to save them for Christmas, but you know what? I don't think I can wait. I don't think I can wait. Pat put it in my head. He's like, why don't you give them to her while she's here on the 28th? And I'm like, well, now I kind of want to. But, I mean, it would be good to have a pair of socks done for Christmas. Maybe I can wait. Maybe I'll just put them in the drawer. Well, you'll hear from me whether I can wait or not. So these did turn out really, really nice. I'm very pleased with them, and I have 2 balls of this yarn, so I'm getting a pair of these socks, and then I have a second ball of yarn to make extra pairs of socks for people like my mom or Patrick or my grandmom or whatever. So yeah, this is my first FO. Woo! Next is going to be part of my Weasley Cal. This is, these are my Fred and George socks. Now, I don't know if you have noticed already, but they are my twin socks, so the patterns mostly match up, but they're slightly different because each boy was an individual, even though they did everything together. So, one has a blue cuff and one has a green cuff. And I absolutely love that idea. I got it in my head that this is what I was going to do, and I did it, and I'm thrilled. And the heels are also, so one's all blue and one's all green. I thought about doing like blue, green, green, blue, but then I was like, no, one sock is one and one sock is the other. So they clearly go together. They're clearly a pair, but they don't match up exactly. These are just amazing. These are nomadic yarns, and I love this yarn so much. This is a twisty sport base, and these work up so fast. I do US 2s, and I mean, I guess you could knit them at a tighter base, but I like them on US 2s. I do. I'm fine with it. I haven't had a problem with any of the US 2 previously knit socks, so I can't decide which ones I like more, the green or the blue, but I get one of each, so I thought this was a really, really fun idea. I didn't see anyone else do this. I kind of looked for it to see if anyone else had done it, to see if I would like it, and I didn't see anyone do it, so I guess I'm the first. I am hopefully going to get a picture for my Ravelry, and then I will have them up on Ravelry, so if anyone ever was looking for it like I was, they'd be able to find it. So I'm just super, super thrilled. So this is my second and kind of final FO for the week. Now these go into my box of socks. I will be participating in the box of socks 2017. I so far have 2 pairs of socks that count for this box of socks. I have my Molly Weasleys from last week, and then I have my Fred and George. These technically do not count, which is why I think I'm going to give them already, because I was all the way up to the cuff, and that was all 2016. So I'm an honest person, and I can't say they count. And then last but not least, and it's way too hot in here to put it on right now, I'm so sorry, is my Weasley jumper. I finally have one. So what I did with this is I went to Walmart and I bought a basic sweater. So it looked like this last week, right? And then actually that night I checked the mail, or the next day I checked the mail, and my Knit Picks Stroll Tweed came in, and oh my gosh, I literally sat there that night and just obsessively did the duplicate stitch. And I started over here. Actually, I kind of started in the, yeah, I started over here and my stitches weren't that great yet. And then I went down and I worked kind of down this way and then down this way, and then I started up here and I went down and I touched them and then I went down a little bit, and then I stood back and I was like, all right, what do I not like? What could I change? I'm still debating fattening that corner up and making this a little softer so that it goes more at an angle. I was going off a pixelated chart and I am not sure that I would do that exact chart again, but it's very homemade, it's very Weasley. It's blue and gold, which I think was either Harry's sweater in the first movie or definitely one of Fred and George's. I love it. It's super cute, super nice, and since it's machine made, it's not that hot, you know? Actual wool sweaters and things get really, really warm. And this was just, it's a perfect medium, and it took me like a night and then a little bit more the next day. And I am gonna steam this, I think, just to even out my stitches a little, but I am so thrilled with it. I would do it again in a heartbeat. I've actually debated going back and buying a green one and doing another Weasley sweater with it, because I could just wear them all the time. I love it so much. So those are my 3 FOs, technically, I guess, for this week. So yeah, I guess that means we can move on to whips. And as far as whips, I have a few. I have been busy this week, and I will start with what was the oldest whip. So, without placing it inside my coffee cup, here we go. These are my Bellatrix socks of Nomadic Yarns, and this is the trusty sock, the sparkle sock, spark sock, whatever her sparkly base is. That's what this is. So this is the I'll call it spark sock base. This is her Bellatrix colorway. I think that it's showing up pretty true to color. It's got like a lime green gray, which is really fun. Since you've seen them probably way back in October, this is where I picked up again. And then this week I knit to and through the heel, which was done in Cordial of Knit Picks, and then I moved about 2 stripes, these 2 stripes, about 2 stripes up. So I got to here one day and I got to here. Last night I was working on them for quite a bit. I think I got about 1 inch done. And if I do my fold it in half trick, all right, if I fold it in half and I've got to go to here, I've got about this much. So if I could do 2 stripes a day, that's 2, 3, and a cuff would be 4 more days of knitting. So these are completely plausible to get done as an FO for next week. I think that's completely possible. So I'm loving these, and now that you've seen them, I'm gonna put I did drop a stitch. I don't know if you noticed the little lime green. I don't know how I dropped the stitch. I don't remember dropping a stitch. I don't remember even feeling or seeing a stitch on the side like that, but I did. Dropped a stitch, and it seems to be a row before, or like 2 or 3 rows before I split for the heel. Even more than that, because the heel actually blends really nicely into this sock, the burgundy The burgundies are so pretty together. But yeah, so I'll just go back and I'll tuck that to the inside and just tie it off. It's not worth ripping back the heels and everything when everything else is perfect on it. So no one will notice one stitch. It's not going to be a big deal. And they're mine, so I don't care. And that's really what matters, is like, does it bother you? Well, then fix it if it bothers you, you know? Like, do what makes you happy on that. So yeah, and I'm just running on coffee now. My next whip is living in my Harry Potter bag, which is Gryffindor colors. I'm obsessed with this print. I think it's amazing. This is a Stitching Plaza bag, and they are available now, and you have a shipping code. So if you were thinking of doing it and maybe the shipping was holding you back for our US people, then now would be the time to check it out. So I don't know if I had these at all last week. These are my Ron Weasley socks, and I am super in love with them. I moved the car, the flying Ford Anglia, to Ron's socks because he and Harry did fly the car, so it counts. To use up more of the color, I went straight into the color patterning, and then I used a, sorry, my terrible nails. I used a red glittery pomegranate color from Knit Picks for the heel, and that will also be for the cuff. And I picked the red because, well, one, it matches that red really nicely, and then it's like a Gryffindor red. So I thought that was in a really appropriate color. So this is the ball of red, which I really like. I really, really like that. And I have some of my little Tuft Woolens. This is the Body Balm Chocolate Mint from Kay. So, see Kay, carry it all the time, because I like never put this project back down. So yeah, my Ron socks. So this is to and through the heel. If I check it, it's almost at the same spot as Bellatrix, about an inch difference. So yeah, I want to go almost to the toe before I do the cuff on this one, because I want like a nice tall sock. I want to use up a lot of the yarn. And I've got an idea for I've already told you most of my idea for my minis, but I'll tell you more of my thought process. And then my third whip that I'll be sharing with you is going to be in my own hand-dyed yarn. This is the Newt Scamander color. If you are an orange, yellow, teal person, this yarn is for you. This is currently available in my shop, Bad Wolf Girl Studios, and there are 2 kits right now that I'm running with Molly Klein Design, and she is making Fantastic Beast theme bags, and they look like this, and the inside looks like this, and I am really excited because my yarn looks like this and it goes with them. And funny enough, we did this separately and didn't realize that they would go together perfectly. So we really quick kind of threw together some thoughts, some ideas, a kit, and then boom, just released it because why not? So I released 8. I released 8 and 6 of them have sold. So there's only 2 left. So if you're interested in getting one soon, you know, this would be the time to do it. And you'll also be getting a Fantastic Beast progress keeper. You won't know which beast you've captured or found until your project comes. So it could be a couple different things. I've got a bunch of ideas, but I know exactly which magical creatures I have in line. So I cast these on this morning. And there's one of my magical creatures. It's a mermaid. And this is the yarn. Oh my god, it is knitting up so beautifully. Right now, since it's so few stitches, it's kind of giving me a spiraling pattern, like stripes almost. So I'm just gonna keep knitting with it and see what it'll do. I am at the maximum width of my sock right now, so I think that like this pattern that it's doing is what it's going to do. It'll be one color across the front and one color across the back. I don't know, it might start pooling now. I've matched up the dyeing job as closely as I could, so you can kind of see they're ever so slightly off. That's about where I had it, but it's close. Anyway, they're gonna look pretty similar. They won't exactly match up, but they're going to look pretty similar. And yeah, so I'm just really excited about getting into this color. I'm sure that they're gonna do something slightly different when they're on fingering weight. Again, this is my test skein, so it's on sport. But the fingering weight will give you a bit of a different pattern. And I just realized I need to hook my mermaid the other way if I want her to face forward. There she is. So there it is. She looks fantastic. And this is like a progress keeper. I use these clasps in most of my work because you can use them in crochet or knitting, and I feel like that's easier. So there it is. I love it. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. What's funny is Pat has elfin socks, and it kind of reminds me of the way that they striped. So I'm really interested to see what it's going to do now. If it's going to stripe or if it's gonna pool. Like, I just want to know. So I'm gonna keep knitting on these, and you'll see them next week, and I'll be posting on Instagram, so if you follow me there, then you will definitely be seeing them. For the moment, since I don't have my Fantastic Beast bag yet, this is living in my Stitching Plaza bag. So it's sunflowers on the outside, exploding TARDIS on the inside. It's my Van Gogh bag. It's very art teachery, you know. And those are my 3 whips. So that's my FOs, my whips, and I've been having a ball working on them. I think I'm just gonna keep blasting through. Oh, I guess I technically have one more. So I did get some of the Felici in the unicorn color right here. And I've chosen this color for the heels, toes, and cuffs. Heels, toes, and tufts, as Sue has said. And the stripes will match on these because I have 2 balls and I have cut them so that they are going to match. So I've just barely started the toes on these. They're little mustache whips, and I've got my progress keeper from Christy of Sugar Tots on Etsy. Just look how cute it is. It's a little donut, and it has sprinkles on it. I love it. This is my mustache whip. Is it supposed to go that way, or am I supposed to mustache it this way? We're ridiculous, aren't we? We just do these things. It's so weird. So anyway, this is what I've got done. It's not even increased out to what it's going to be fully yet. I think I only have about 18 to 20 stitches, and I need 26 to 28 stitches. So yeah, I haven't even gotten it out to where I need to. But this is what I got done yesterday while I was detoxing. I had a very loud day. My afternoon was very crazy. The kids crashed my projector, and I don't mean that, I'm sorry about these like weird lights. I don't mean that they like digitally got on and messed up my projector. I mean they dropped it on the floor. Like slam. And I'm like, oh my gosh, why would you touch it? And it was like, well, doesn't matter. It crashed on the floor. Thank God it was still working. But y'all parents out there, you understand me. You know kids. And then, yeah. So I survived it. I survived. Yeah. So this is my very small whip that I do keep want to work on. I can't talk right now. Coffee. I do want to keep working on, but I am in my selfish knitting phase because I made so many Christmas gifts. I'm like, why do I need to work on anything else? Well, these were promised gifts, and I know they were promised for Christmas, but I got her a ton of other things. So her birthday's in June, and I'm thinking that she's gonna get these in June for her birthday. And I don't know if that's fair, but I think it is, because I think it is. Also, I told you about the Neville colorway from Nomadic Yarns, and how amazing is that? Oh, I love it. And this is actually, I wondered where my chocolate went. I use this for everything. This is Fawn by Hawthorne of Knit Picks, and I use this chocolate brown as accents for like everything. It goes with like my Molly Weasleys and my Ron socks and this and this and this. Now, I didn't use them for those specific ones, but it went. But it's perfect for these Neville socks. Like, it's beyond perfect. Like, this is half Hawthorne and half the actual color, and you can barely tell the difference. Like, it just looks like it. So this is where it finished before. I picked up with brown. I figured that would be a seamless transition. So I picked up with brown, and then I attached it. I knit up like 3 stripes, and then I folded it in half. And at this point, in a in a regular sock, if I were knitting it, this is where I would stop to do the brown over here. So I have actually attached the brown, and I just haven't knit the cuffs yet because I didn't feel like doing ribbing the other night, and I was like, I'll come back to it. Now, my thought is I used 1x1 ribbing last time, and I'm wondering if I should do the 2x2 ribbing to make it look different, like this is the cuff and this is the sock, or not. So I'm gonna keep debating that. Maybe I'll take a picture, maybe I'll ask Mom and say, like, do you like this one or that one, or whatever. Or Pat's always a good resource. So I'm gonna get some Neville socks this year too. I'm gonna use up the rest of that ball in Neville socks for myself, because selfish knitting. Whoop. And this is in my adorable Stitchin' You Handmade Originals bag. It's just really cute, cheap, and for some reason this green just pairs really well with Neville personally, and I like it. So that's 4 project bags. I have a new cubby, which I might snap a picture of. It's back here, and it's one of those square cubby things like Kristen has of Yarngasm, and it basically holds these bins, and in the bins we have puppy things. She has 4 and I have 3. So I have my dies back there, and then I also have a bin for what I'm working on now, and I'm trying to keep it to the point where, like, if it doesn't fit in there, like, that's not what I'm working on now. Like, I have a second bin of like what I'm working on next. So any skeins that I know I'm going to cast on next, I'll put them in a project bag and put them in there. So the unicorn socks were in there for quite a while. I recently pulled them out like last night so that I could work on them. And then I have a second pair of Christmas gift knit that I will be giving, but it will count towards my Boxo socks this year, so I will have to snap a photo and include that in, because I don't think I'll have the actual FO to share once I enter my box of socks. But yeah, so that's my whip so far. Let's see what's else. So I guess that brings us to shop talk. basically, I started dyeing up newt this week, and it's going really well. I've sold several single skeins and several project bag skein sets, and I'm really excited about them. And I'm dyeing up more today. I've ordered more yarn, and I just got a huge batch of stellina in, so I have listed stellina for newt. If you were thinking that newt should be on a sparkle base, that's now available. I also listed more skeins of Galaxy, so that's available, and I think I put up a few more skeins of Cursed Child, so that's also available. So that's what my next 40 skeins are gonna look like. It's pretty much those three, maybe some Hermione's thrown in, but that's the main stuff that's been selling. So that's basically what's going up. If you have any like thoughts or ideas or something in mind, please message me and let me know, you know, whatever that little tick is in your brain that's bugging you or making you think of something. It'll just help me serve you better. Let's see, I guess that brings me to dream knitting. So in dream knitting, I have clearly a lot of socks, but I also have a bit more. Dream, 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 dream when I want you, in my arms when I want you, and all your charms whenever I want you. All I have to do is dream, 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 dream when I feel blue in the night, and I need you to hold me tight whenever I want you. So basically what you're looking at is my box of socks 2017. What's funny is I had done this before the girls on Hey Sister podcast. Hi Savvy, hi Rachel. I had the same idea. I did it too, but I didn't get to podcast before you guys. So it was funny. I was like, oh, I thought of the same thing. Because like having this big, I mean like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it. I photographed it earlier to just show you some of the things, and that wasn't even including the Neville or including the skeins I had out already, or including McGonagall or Sirius, which are in my bin, or my Rhinebeck colorway, because I want to knit my Rhinebeck at Rhinebeck, because I'm going to Rhinebeck, darn it, and I want to go to Vogue Knitting Live. I nearly cried at everybody's pictures because I wanted to be there so bad, and I don't know why I didn't think of it in time. My mom and I had looked into it, and then we saw the prices on the classes, and that kind of sticker shocked us. And I was like, well, we don't need to do any classes. We can just go, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't look into like just tickets. And then we would have had to go all the way up to New York, and that was like trying to figure that out. And at the time, I think I just had too much going on. And then it was like, it was just here. It was here. And I was already up last weekend for my mom's birthday, and I should have waited and gone on the 14th so that I could go, but this was a long weekend, which I mean I guess could have been good, but this was a long weekend and I wanted to spend it with my husband because we have not spent weekends together. Like, we're always with people, which is great, but it's like, it's my family or his family, or my friends are here, or his friends are here, or his family's here, and it's just like, we haven't had any time to like clean the apartment and build furniture and organize and go through and be like, do you really want this? Do we need this here or at our house? Which we don't have yet. So it's put it in storage, put it in a box. Like, it's just been insane. And I just wanted that time, but I could have cried looking at everybody's pictures. I wanted to be there so bad. So anyway, I want to go to the Fiber Festival in Maryland, which I think is coming up in April or May, and that's going to be dipping my toe into like a festival type of area. And then I want to hit Rhinebeck, and I want to go to Vogue Knitting Live 2018. Those are my dreams. That's my 3 goals. So this bin is filled with things like Felici, it's filled with DK weights, it's filled with future Knitalongs. So I've got my Doctor Who Knitalong here. I've got socks that I've already knit, but I want to knit them differently the second time around. So I've got my Potion Masters colorway in here, but those socks don't fit as well as they could. So I'm thinking I'm gonna mix them with the black this time and knit them again. And I think they'll be a little different. Yeah, but like things that would be doubled are definitely lower on the list than brand new things. I don't know, I was trying them on the other day and I was debating gifting them, because I've only worn them maybe 4 times. So I might gift them to my mom to see if like she would like use them, because they're a little loose on me. So lots of thoughts, lots of ideas, a box full of dreams, which Patrick so graciously gave me that spot for. So it goes in this area, this giant bin of yarn. Yeah, so this is so it's like I have a bin of things I'm knitting, a bin of things I'm gonna knit next, and then a bin of dreams of socks. Yeah. I've got my Hermione colorway in here. Now these socks I could knit up in a week, and I'm thinking this DK yarn, it's 50-gram ball. I think I could knit these up in a week too. And I debated doing blueberry waffle socks for these because I thought that that would be awesome. But the more I think about it, I think the texture is gonna get lost in the fair aisle, and who wants to do a ton of work for it not to be seen? So pretty much all of these are going to be vanilla socks. I have a few lace ideas in here, but a lot of it is just self-striping socks or self-patterning socks, and that is going to be my Boxo socks. And I'll show you the divider that I got from my drawer at Target the other day. And I think it's gonna just divide up my box really cool. I also got this top at Target and I'm in love with it. It is so smooshy and swooshy and fun and soft, and I could just like, oh, I wore it to work the other day and I'm mad because I want to wear it again, but I can't because I just wore it. But I love it. I love it. I love it. It's so soft. It's so nice. Also in Dream Knitting, I have the featherweight scrappy cardigan that I was telling you about, and then I thought, what am I gonna wear it with? Like, I have this scrappy cardigan. What am I gonna wear it with? Well, why don't I make it its own outfit? I decided I'm going to do a scrappy pullover, and I'm gonna make it like this. So I'm gonna make it really nice and kind of loose and like relaxed, and I'm going to block it so it's super flowy. I'm gonna use a US4 mostly sock weight yarn. I'm gonna make a magic knot ball so I have no ends basically to weave in. I'm going to do a gray or a black trim for the bugger, what's the name? Collar? Yeah, for the edging, the trim here. And I'm gonna go down to a 3/4 length-ish sleeve, so maybe like here. I mean, I debated doing it short sleeve, but like, if it's gonna be sock yarn, it'll be warm, so might as well make it warm and have it cover at least like up to my elbow, because this part of my arm usually gets a little bit cold. And I'm just gonna make it super cozy, and I'm real excited now. So one of these days I have off, I'm gonna sit there with all of the scrap yarn that I've been saving, and I'm just going to start a magic knot ball. I'm going to wind maybe 10 grams, 5 grams, 10 grams. I wonder how much it would actually take to go around like 3 times in a sweater for that. I should do math. I should math a bit. I don't like math. Anyone got any ideas so I don't have to math? Can you help me? Please? Okay, so my thought is I'll cast on kind of like a long neck like this, because I don't like anything too tight. And then when I knit up, it won't look that bad either. So I'm thinking probably 20, 30 or 40, 40 across the 30 or 40 across the back, maybe 30. So that's like longer in the front than the back. And then 20 across again. I'm going to increase raglan style at the points here. And then I'm going to knit it out until it hits here on my arm, and then I'm going to separate. And by that point, the sleeve should almost go all the way around my arm, and then I'll just kind of like cast on maybe maybe like 5 stitches underneath the arm. And then because I want it to be like nice and kind of loose. So I've got plans, I got ideas, I'm jazzed now. I'm weird. It's okay. I was thinking of using all my nomadic yarns in a row, so I would start by balling off all my Harry Potter colorways, and then I would switch to like sock yarns that I have left over, and then I would switch to minis that I've been given. I'll add all of those on. And I still love my Cozy Memories blanket. Do not get me wrong. I love it, and I'm having so much fun. And the minis that I've designated to go in the blanket are going in the blanket. And I still think so I've been thinking about this. I have a lot of thinking I've been doing. As Gaston, dangerous thing, right? So my thinking is that I will still be able to wear it like a wrap, like a shrug, but I will do clear snaps, and I'll do like 4 on either side where I want them to attach, so I can snap it when I want it to be a jacket and unsnap it if I want it to be like on my legs. What? Right? I could practically make a mermaid tail out of it. I'm so excited. So I've got lots and lots of ideas. I've got way too much coffee in my system. I have an hour to dye yarn before the puppy gets home, and guess what? I'm not going to be done. But that's okay. I'm gonna keep working into the night today, because you can just see the sun setting behind me here. Today was insane. I guess we're moving into Babel. I was able to get my fingerprints done today because I needed that for the teaching. I sent off a lot of packages yesterday, so you all got your shipped notifications. I think there were like 10 of you, so tons of packages. I'm going to be working up quite a few more packages tomorrow, and then anyone who got the kit, I don't have the bags yet. So breathe. I'm just waiting on a few bags, and then you will be able to get your kits too. The yarn is going to be freshly dyed, and your stitch markers will be made, and you're gonna get some teas, so it's gonna be great. So yeah, I'm dyeing up the kits. I was at the Apple store from 2 to 3, and then I wandered around the mall from 3 to 3:30-ish, and then I went home. And now I'm scrambling around like crazy, and I look like I've got a choker on here. All right. I can't win with the sun today. I keep like trying to move. Oh, excuse me. So I have a short teaching week. I woke up today convinced it was Friday. It's not. It's Wednesday. But Pat let me sleep in, and he didn't wake me up to help him with the puppy, and I have off. So I felt like it was Friday because that's what he did last Friday. But yeah, so I will be taking the dog out tonight, and I will be feeding the dog, and I will be entertaining the dog because he has taken her out this morning and did everything for me to sleep. So I didn't have to wake up until like 8. I think I woke up at like 8:30 or so, which is sleeping in nowadays. So also I did work out 3 times last week, so I was very excited about that. 2 of them were Zumba. But I made sure to get like a really high heart rate and a good sweat on each time, so that was good. And yeah, and then I want to cast on all the socks. So my box of socks is calling my name, and I want to cast on all of my socks, which is why I cast on Newt's Commander, because I love this instant gratification of socks just appearing. But yeah, so the sun is setting. It's getting way too dark in here to podcast. I just want to thank you for sticking with me through everything. And yeah. Remember to take it one cup at a time. I love you all. I'm so glad you're here with me. Have an excellent week, and I will be seeing you. Remember to hashtag WeasleyCal if you are putting up anything on Instagram. I check it a lot, and I'm very excited to see it. Oh my gosh, the light. I'm very excited to see it, and our Timey-Wimey Cal is coming up. So, yeah, one cup at a time, and I'll see you next week. Bye!